Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday afternoon, April 7th. We're looking at the SPY ETF's market profile here on Window Trader, along with IWM and triple Qs. And if somebody had wanted to bet me that we would have an inside day today, I would have lost a lot of money, because with yesterday's range being so small, and with both IWM and Qs stopping their one-time framing up on the daily, unbelievable. We have an inside day. We take out both sides of the IB. We take out the overnight high, miss the overnight low by pennies. Here we are at end period, making a new high in the day. Absolutely fascinating how they tease everybody in ES and SPY when we get to these levels. Another quiet day for me, but I had a good day. I only took 4 trades. We'll go over those in a minute. I did not take any trades in triple Q today. They acted basically the best, as they never saw their opening after they got above it in A. So they took out yesterday's low, stopped the one-time framing up, got above the opening, and then started going. They end 9 wide. They could not get yesterday's high. And for a while there, it looked like they might attempt to have an outside day up in D and then again in J, but it never happened. Russell, total opposite. Open and drive down. Not only took out yesterday's low, took out a couple of days, took out 3 days lows, and got below that very visual point from the 31st and started going towards the 31st low, but held that. I actually took a play in Russell, but I missed the better play. I was watching J's high in SPY and J's high in Russell. They had 2 sets of single prints. They filled it. I was like, this is a good short here against halfback and value high. Well, didn't do it. Don't ask me why I didn't do it. I should have, because I was waiting for this to maybe pop the top and see if we get the all-time high. So there was no excuse for me not to take a put play or to short the righty at that point. What I did do is take a long right at L's low and again added at M's low. I bought 20 of the micros in Russell, which paid me very nicely. I mean, I could have just bought 2 at a righty, but it rallied pretty good, and I made money on that trade. So that was the only trade I did there. This trade would have been a lot better, though, as it came in a lot. Obviously came in a lot. Inside week up fails miserably today. Miserably. As we're now below it by a couple of dollars at least. So very disappointing in Russell. Now, triple Qs, ES and SPY. We open and have basically an open and drive again in A. Although it didn't hold, because obviously we made new lows in E, F, G, and you name it. I couldn't believe we got so close to yesterday's low. We got within 5 cents of yesterday's low. Now, I don't have poor lows or poor highs, but the ES has a poor high today, a poor all-time high. They have a poor low today, and they have a weak low against yesterday's low. Absolutely fascinating. So with the range so tight today and yesterday and an inside day, I'll tell you what, it's going to be interesting when we come out of the inside day, because you better monitor it for continuation and, just as importantly, lack of, because I can absolutely see this market taking out today's high and low and getting something wild tomorrow. At least that's what I'm really hoping for, since it's going to be my last day, because I will be away Friday and Monday. So I will not be here. There will be no videos Friday or Monday. So I'm hoping I get something pretty damn good before I go away on Friday morning. As far as my day today, I did take a long in B. We took out A's high. I'm like, well, let's go see what they got. Didn't get a lot out of it, but I made money. It was the 405 calls that expired today. It paid me. Then I took the only trade I feel I should have taken that I missed in SPY today is the break of C. Because longs weren't getting much. Once we had no single prints and D took out C's low, should have got on board to shake out these weak longs. Didn't do it. I waited, but I did have a nice short in E. I got on board. I actually took a decent sized put play. I had, I think, at least 40 at the time when we broke A's low. And I didn't get a lot for it, but I got paid. And then when I saw we weren't going to go trend and it started going back up, I took the rest of them off. But it still paid me pretty nice. I also did, as a pretty much a goof, 408 calls that expired today. I bought 20 of them at a nickel, so that cost me $100. because when we got up here after the Fed minutes came out and J came, maybe we will. Let's see what happens. I thought it was worth the trade. I was up like $750 at the time. I'm like, all right, I'll put $100 at risk. I wasn't going to buy a lot of them. Obviously didn't pan out. And then I made double what I lost on that righty play. So, again, quiet day. Didn't do much and still made about $850. There's nothing wrong with that. I didn't go looking for trades. I let trades come to me. So these are the things we try to teach people in the room. You don't have to go looking for trades. I really didn't think there was much going on here, so I didn't do anything. But the ones I made, I still had a good day. And as you can see in end period, we took out today's high. Now the question is, are we going to make a new all-time high in the overnight again? Be interesting to see. Destinations for tomorrow. Well, the upside right now have only two. Today's high 406.96 and 407.24, yesterday's all-time high. If we take that out in the overnight, then we'll have three destinations till the upside. For the downside, we have today's 10 wide, 406.21. Then we don't have anything to today's low of 405.45. Yesterday's low of 405.40, and you should have the single prints and the daily low and that huge gap that I gave many times over since Monday. And then chart-wise, so the weekly, well, that's here. We still have a monthly gap in SPY, incredibly healthy. We're getting distance away from previous highs. Weekly, one time framing up, gap, healthy. We're getting distance away from previous highs. The only one slowing is the daily, but it's still one time framing up. So here's the question. We're one time framing up 8 days. Now, the last 2 days, we haven't gotten anything, right? So here's the question you have to ask yourself. Is the market just resting before it makes its next pop to the upside like we did on these days? Or is the market really tired and we're going to take out today's low inside day and then flush out these 3 days? I thought we had a good chance today and we didn't get it. So it remains to be seen. And the only other one I'll show you is the Russell. Very, very disappointing on the weekly. Right? They took out last week's high, 223.90, 3 days in a row, and now we close at 220.69. So we're over $3 inside of last week's range again. And we still have 2 days to go. So now you have to put on the table, is there a possible outside week down? I'm not saying there's going to be, but we do have to keep an eye on that. I hope you had a great day trading. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org. Have a great evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.